Now welcome to this poetry reading to allow us to deepen in our practices along the usage of our senses so that we might come to our senses and their highest potential as the saints and mystics and prophets of all times have. In this way I want to bring through the words of Hafiz, the great Sufi master, in this poem entitled "To Build a Swing." You carry all the ingredients to turn your life into a nightmare. Don't mix them. You have all the genius to build a swing in your backyard for God. That sounds like a hell of a lot more fun. So let's start laughing, drawing blueprints, gathering our talented friends. I will help you with my divine lyre and drum. Hafiz will sing 1,000 words you can take into your hands, like golden saws, silver hammers, polished teakwood, strong silk ropes. You carry all the ingredients to turn your existence into joy. Mix them. Mix them. So as we continue along the 50 shades of gray, this offers 7 paths worth of ingredients for us to mix and enjoy, to turn our life into exactly the dreams that are in our heart, that are goddess-given in our desire body. And as such, the poems that I bring forward are to help to support us along this undertaking of living in a co-creative alliance with Divine Source. From Hafiz, regarding the first chakra. What is the root? What is the root of all of these words? One thing. Love. But a love so deep and sweet, it needs to express itself with scents, sounds, colors that never before existed. Allow yourself in this way to start to open to the infinitude of potential for you to experience and enjoy. Coming to greater animation with your ability to taste, to smell, to move, to speak and to hear, to see and to be seen, to touch and to know. From the love poems from God, this is entitled "Every Foot a Shrine," and this is from Saint Teresa of Avila. Every foot a shrine. Every creature has a religion. Every foot is a shrine where a secret candle burns. Every cell in us worships God. Every arrow in the bow of desire has rushed out in hope of nearing Him. So let's work with those desires and see to it that we use our desire body to shoot that arrow clean through to exactly what it is we intend. When we do so, we do it in the way of Saint Teresa of Avila. And then as we come on to the path of water, the path of the second chakra, we have the words of Hafiz entitled, "I know I was the water." Who can believe the divine kindness of God? Who can comprehend what happens when separation ends? For now, because of my union with reality, now, whenever I hear a story of one of his prophets, having come into this world, I know I was a tree that stood near, leaned down and took notes. I know I was the earth that measured the infinite arch in his feet. I know I was the water. I know I was the food and water that nourished him, that went into our beloved's mouth. Pilgrim, if it is your wish, you will someday see you sat inside of Hafiz. And it was with the lyre you gave me, we sang of truth and the sublime intimacy. I know I was the water that quenched the Christ's thirst. I know I am the food and the water that goes into every mouth. And allow yourself to experience the delicious quality of the soul food from Hafiz. And another love poem from God, this one co-authored by St. John of the Cross, entitled, My Soul is a Candle. My soul is a candle that burned away the veil. Only the glorious duties of light I now have. The sufferings I knew initiated me into God. I am a holy confessor for men and women. When I see their tears running across their cheeks and falling into his hands, what can I say to their great sorrow that I too have known? The soul is a candle that will burn away the darkness. Only the glorious duties of love we will have. The sufferings I knew initiated me into God. Only his glorious cares I now have. From Hafiz, the God who only knows 4 words. Every child has known God. Not the names of God, not the God of names, not the God of don'ts, not the God who ever does anything weird, but the God who only knows 4 words, and he keeps repeating them, saying, come, dance with me. Come, dance. So as you feel your way into locomoting yourself, we know exactly who it is you were dancing with. From the love poems from God, and specifically from St. Francis of Assisi, like roots. Our hands imbibe like roots, so I place them on what is beautiful in this world, and then I fold them in prayer, and they draw from the heavens light. As we allow ourselves to use our hands, we're aware of their incredible ability to pray and to draw light from the heavens, so that all that we touch is imbibed, extracting the light from all that we contact and giving it right back again. Another love poem from God, this one co-authored by Mirabai, entitled 100 Objects Close By. I know a cure for sadness. Let your hands touch something that makes your eyes smile. I bet there are 100 objects close by that can do that. Look at beauty's gift to us. Her power is so great, she enlivens the earth, the sky, our soul. Another love poem from God, this one from Rumi, entitled The Chance of Humming. A man standing on two logs in a river might do all right floating with the current while humming in the now. Though if one log is tied to a camel who is also heading south along the bank at the same pace, all could still be well with the world, unless the camel thinks he forgot something and abruptly turns upstream, then uh-oh. Most minds do not live in the present and can stick to a reasonable plan. Most minds abruptly turn and undermine the chance of humming. And another love poem from God, this one again from Mirabai. One's mind. He was too shy to sing, but I taught him. The sky's voice is such that one's mind must be very quiet to hear God speak. And another love poem from God. This one from St. Catherine of Siena, entitled To Even Dress. A great helplessness I felt at times to even dress myself some days, so I prayed with all my heart, Dear God, help me. It's not possible for love to not hear us, and whatever happens, the perfect teacher staged. What would a wise, powerful king allow a beloved child to see? And from St. Teresa of Avila, clarity is freedom. I had tea yesterday with a great theologian, and he asked me, what is your experience of God's will? I like that question, for the distillation of thought hones thought in others. Clarity, I know, is freedom. What is my experience of God's will? Everyone is a traveler. Most all need lodging, food, and clothes. I let enter my mouth what will enrich me. I wear what will make my eye content. I sleep where I will wake with the strength to deeply love all my mind can hold. What is God's will for a wing? Every bird knows that. Another love poem from God, this one co-authored by Meister Eckhart. It's entitled Everything. Everything I see, hear, touch, feel, taste, speak, think, imagine is completing a perfect circle God has drawn. And the last one for extra credit, calling upon Hafiz and the way that we're taught to consult him as an oracle, because there's something additional that I have not said that needs to be said, that wishes to come through, to be included in this transsensory experience, coming to our senses consciously, allowing ourselves to experience 50 shades of greatness. Well, Hafiz says, look, I am a whale. We live on the sun's playground. Here, everyone gets what they want. Sometimes the body of a beautiful woman, sometimes the body of a beautiful man, sometimes the body of both in one. We used to play that kind of tag in the animal world too. Now a mouse, now a tiger. Look, I am a whale. I got tired of the land, went back into the ocean for a while. What power is it in our sinew and mind that will not die, that keeps us shopping for the perfect dress? We have all heard the flute player and keep dancing toward him. Hafiz, you have seen the flute player and cannot help but whirl. Thank you, Hafiz. And thank you to all the great ones, masters, saints, and prophets, known and unknown, in the realm seen and unseen, for helping to support all of us in every way, every time we open up to them.